All right. How's it going, everybody? So glad you could make it. This is Liam, and this course is the Classical Artist Painting Method for Executives. And today I think we're going to be painting Marilyn Monroe. Come on. All right. So this is going to be like the craziest painting course you've ever taken. I'm doing a lot of work on Twitch, so I have this really elaborate setup, and we're going to have fun. We're going to hopefully create some amazing artwork, and so I want to really jump into what we're going to be doing together. So let me get started here. Okay, so this is the quick start sort of section. So I'm going to kind of introduce you to everything, and hopefully a very quick and a brief presentation. All right. And so this is what this is all about. It's not about becoming some fantastic artist and selling your paintings or whatever. I'm assuming you've never painted before, and I'm assuming you are just looking, to paint for the joy of painting. You'd like to check it out, and you'll be painting for your friends and for your family, for your loved ones, and the purpose is to paint something. So they're looking at you like, oh my God, you painted this? This is the focus of this course, to get you there as quickly, as cheaply, and with as much fun as possible. So this course is set up in 5 parts, and it's about putting people under your spell. So, this course is set up into these 5 modules. Setup, right? We're going to talk about that in a sec. Prepare. Enter into the world of tonal impressionism. Then location. It's very, very important. And then once you got it all together, you just let go, and you have a blast. All right, so this is the setup part, right? You just click here on your PDF there. You click here. Let's see if we can go to where it's clicking. Come on, there we go. And so it takes you to something you can download. You see right there. So we can get out of there and bring it back to here. And we talk about the materials list. We'll talk about it more in the course. But you can see it's very, very, very basic. The most intricate, or the biggest decision you're going to have to make is, am I going to have a standalone easel that stands next to my computer, or a desktop easel that sits on my desktop? All right, that's going to be sort of like the biggest decision you're going to have to make. And then we're going to load. The workbook that we're going to use is in PowerPoint. So we're going to load PowerPoint, or what I like to use is LibreOffice. Number 1, it's agnostic, it's powerful, but the best thing is it's not Microsoft. So you could use it for Windows, for Apple, for Ubuntu, for Linux. It's awesome. So this is our virtual atelier. As you can see, it's very neat, it's very clean, it's very compact, and in this situation we have, in fact, a desktop easel. Here's the 10 brushes that I recommend you get, and This is a little bit of a misdirection play. You see this all the time in my social media. Shh, 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 shh. Don't tell anybody. I don't want to tell everybody my secrets. Okay, see, you don't want to be, when you're painting, you don't want to be doing this for, okay, you get it, right? You want a sight size. You see that? You want, so when you're painting, you want to be able to bring back, you squint your eyes, bring the light out of your eyes, and then you look, so you want to look at your computer, then you want to come up close, then you want to look at your, and you want the same inch you see in the computer to be that same inch you see in the canvas. Okay, you understand. And then this is our workbook, all right? We start out with the block, we rock out with the block out, and it's just black and white, so we spend a lot of time just defining the territories, location. So we've just set up with our virtual atelier. Now we're preparing to paint. We're preparing the image. We're not preparing the image, but we're getting to know the workbook and understand that we go from a 30% reduction to a 20% reduction in terms of definition, then to a 10% reduction to definition, and then we get to like the grand finale. We keep the painting upside down because we don't want to be painting eyes and nose and mouth. So we just want to be painting, putting the proper values in the proper locations. And then we want to prepare the canvas, right? So we hook and go. 3 inches, 3 inches, 6 inches, 9 inches, 3 inches, 6 inches, 9. This is centimeters because it's Europe. And then we make our lines. Then 3 inches, 6 inches, 9 inches, 3 inches, 6 inches, 9 inches, and we make our line. And we're done. Okay? Come on. Is that cool or what? And those same quadrants are automatically in your workbook. And these grid lines, they come with PowerPoint. We'll talk about how to get those, how to make those come alive in the course, all right? So then you can move the photo on top of the quadrants. The quadrants are kind of like getting you down. You say, I don't need these quadrant lines. I'm going to turn everything off. I'm going to go for it. You can do that by just right-clicking, then arrange to front, and then you bring the image to front. Or if you like the quadrant lines, you just right-click and bring it back. You see, it's so much is happening. So now you've set up and prepared, and now you're going to enter into the world of tonal impressionism. Velasquez, Da Vinci, Caravaggio, the greatest painters of all time, used this way of thinking about the palette, all right? So we're going to use a 5-step tonal scale, a pentatonic scale. And so the whole thing is, okay, I'm going to show you really quickly here. Okay, so I likes me to do this. This is what I likes to do. I like to have people, hello, people. I likes to have my mixing thing here, and I put it on my palette there. It keeps everything nice and neat, and I like to use a knife because it's so freaking easy to clean and so easy to hold. But of course, you can use a plate like we see here. You can use a plate or a knife or another palette, and you want to put your work onto your palette from another spot. So what we do here, this is better. What we do is we mix. You see that? So we want to get to sort of the medium tone. So we got ivory black on the bottom, right? We got a dollop of titanium white on the top. So we mix the two over here with our mixing knife. Mixy. Then we go like this. Boom. We got our medium tone done. Then we got our medium tone. We take a little bit of ivory black. We stick it into our medium tone that we have left because we only put half there. Of course, you didn't see that because it's imaginary, but that's okay. Shh, don't tell anybody. Then we go like this. Boom. Now we've got the lower mid right there. Now this gets even cooler. Watch this. So now we've got ivory, our titanium white up here. So we take a little bit of that color, we put it there, and then we stick dark into the light, always dark into the light. Mixy, 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 mixy. Bring down the titanium color bit. Boom. Then we put our upper mid-tone there. And then we're done, baby. And then we're done. Yeah. Okay, you get it, you get it? And so now we just take a dollop of straight titanium white and a dollop of straight ivory black, and we're done mixing, and we are so clean, right? That's why I'm dressed like I'm dressed, because I want to sort of impress on you that we're not going to be Jackson Pollock throwing paint everywhere like a bunch of monkeys, all right? You understand? You understand? We're not a bunch of monkeys. We're gonna be monkeying around a little bit, but we're not a bunch of monkeys. Come on. Thank you very much. Anyways, like I was saying, so now we've entered into the world of tonal painting. We're gonna use our right, we're going to step down in size as we move forward through the painting, but instead of using 5 brushes, right, we're going to only use 3. Okay, so for the light tones, we're going to use 1 brush, right? So the light tones, we're only going to use 1 brush. For the medium tones, we're only going to use 1 brush, and for the dark tones, we're going to dedicate 1 brush. All right, we're not going to get really like neurotic about it because we don't be cleaning brushes all day. And if we got a little bit too much pigment on 1 brush for something, we just go like this, dig it into the white spirits, and keep, you know, a handy little piece of paper towel around, and everything is beautiful. All right, so now we've entered into the world of tonal painting, and right, we're going to put people underneath our spell. And what's after SPE is L, and that is location, location, location. So the block out is very important because here we're going to locate where the action is without making any strong statements in terms of tone. So we're just dealing in black and white, and this is what makes this process unique, and this is the time killer. This will cut the time that it takes for you to paint. You have no idea. So we're gonna location. We're gonna go into the center here. All right. Let me show you. We're gonna go into the center right here. All right. So here we go. Are you ready? Let's see if we can do this. Center. Ta-da! Oh, they don't have the thing. Right. Okay, so we go into the center like that. All right. So I'm thinking in my head. So we're only gonna concentrate here. So I'm thinking in my head. Okay, here are the sort of center points within the center quadrant. What's going on here? What's going on there? What's going on here? And as I look, I'm thinking, what's going on there? What's going on there? What's going on there? That would relate to what's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here? And as we can see, there's some action going on, right? So I'd be coming in like this. There we go. And so you'll see that in the actual module, but you understand, right? And so we move in, we keep sort of this idea, we measure, we take our time, and we move around the canvas like this. Center, upper left, upper right, lower right, lower left. So we go around the canvas like this. Understand? And by doing that, we are stating the center quadrant twice, right? So this is center quadrant. This is center quadrant. This is center quadrant. And this is center quadrant. Okay? That's another thing that makes this such a powerful technique, because the center is right there is what I'm talking about. That's shaded twice in this method, and you're doing it quickly. And you're not thinking about, oh, I'm going to paint the lips, I got to make the lips perfect. No, you're just going out and getting after it. And so have no fear. Now we got our location down, we're going to let go. Set up, prepare, enter the world of tonal impressionism. Locate, secure the perimeter. Location, location, location. And then let go and have fun. Just like, remember I said, you get after it, you just get after it. And then you keep the painting upside down. You don't want to be distracted with eyes and noses and mouths, and just now the second panel, the 30% reduction, you just blasting tones in there. You just blast the tones wherever you think they go. You keep the quadrant lines until you don't need them, and then once you feel confident, you just go over the quadrant lines. But then you might erase the quadrant lines. Oh God, I really wish I would have had the quadrant lines back, right? So you just, take a brush, right, and then dip it in some white spirits, and you barely even need any pigment. And then you take your ruler, and then you just go like that. Because if these are too dark, right, these are dark just so you can see. If your grid lines, if your quadrant lines are too dark, then they're just a pain in the butt to cover up. All right, so let's get back after it. And then you just keep going, and then you just keep reducing your size in terms of your brush size. Hit the highlights in the cheeks and the eyes and all that. It's so wonderful to make it pop like this. Oh, that's so much fun to hit that. And this, boom, make it explode. And these things right there. All right. A lot of fun, so much satisfaction to get this thing popping the way it does. And so we're done. All right. Okay, so that was our quick start thing. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and looking forward to seeing you in the rest of the course. I know it's COVID. Come here. We're in Paris, and they do that kissing stuff all the time. All right. Well, take care, guys. Thanks again for stopping by. We'll talk to you soon. Au revoir.